kick it off and I'm gon' get some kickback. Eagle out on the hawk, yeah, I'm like a Vic back.
Click, clack that, yeah, for the kickback. Big sack rap, flip tracks like a switchback. We big clap, you boom bap, you loons match, you quack, get clap. We loop that Drake going back to back. Hitting singles like a bachelor pad, let's take it back to rap. But you don't need to rap to go see the facts that I'm gifted. Outside the box, I've been all over your wish list listed. If I ain't in your top 5, break it up, cause I'm naughty by nature. Naughty that you missed it, treacherous intentions. Kinda like a father not there for Christmas. My absence leaves a presence, let me speak my blessings. About to leave confession.
Whoever sees this and subscribes right now will get a free chicken wing. It's time to sauce it up. What's going on, YouTube? It's Knox Hill, and we're back with our reaction series. So today is a very special day because I'm going to do something that I've wanted to do for a while now. I'm going to react to someone who is not necessarily an artist, who's a writer, who's a poet, who's a fellow reactor like myself, and who just has an amazing story that I would like to shed some light on. I'm talking about April G. Showers. Now, if you guys have been paying attention to my battle sessions, April has been reacting to each and every one of them. And let me tell you, the amount of breakdowns and bars that are caught and just reading into everything, it's elite. It's absolutely elite. So what I'm about to tell you, her story and what she's been through and her struggles, because she's an amazing person. I don't want to take away from the fact that this girl is very talented as a reactor, that she really knows her stuff and she understands writing very well, and she's also creative herself. So I want to shine light on her talent and what she's bringing. Now, as far as April's personal story and struggles, listen, I'm not going to say it. I'll let her put it in her words. This is what she wrote to me. This spoken word and video says it all. Storytelling, as I explained at the beginning. It's my perspective on everything going on in America right now, coming from the Bible Belt. Was told by my cardiologist I have 1 to 5 years to live the day before yesterday. My CHF, which is congestive heart failure, advanced to stage 3. I'm really sorry to hear that, April. So she hasn't been feeling well, and she's been very emotional, which you can absolutely understand. She has a 12-year-old son who relies on her. She didn't get a paycheck from YouTube this month because she didn't meet the monthly threshold, which is just an absolute shame for what she does. She was born in Alabama, moved to Tennessee when she was 10. Parents divorced when she was 7, and both remarried. Now listen, as a son of divorced parents, I just know how disheartening that can be and how that can just feel breaking apart your family and the struggle and angst you have to go through just saying that. And that's just one level of all the issues that she's dealt with. Now my son and I live with my disabled mom in Tennessee due to financial issues, and I'm unable to work because of medical issues. She was a nurse for 20 years. That's awesome. I am a survivor of a school shooting where at 15, I saw my best friend get shot and killed at school right in front of me. I have a piece I wrote about my life story as well on my channel called So Can You. It's more spoken word. She's also a recovering addict. She's now been clean for 9 years, which is amazing. Lost both of her brothers. Her little brother died from brain cancer. Her big brother died from cirrhosis of the liver, which is related to alcoholism. So she's the only child left that her parents have. She'll be 40 in October. She's been writing music since she was a little girl, which is awesome. Music really is an outlet and a therapy for everyone. She's been a huge fan of Eminem. As you know, I'm a big Eminem fan. That's what a lot of you have come to the channel to support as well. He has been a huge inspiration in her life, and his story has helped her through the recovery. She loves grammar, spelling, literature, metaphors, entendres, wordplays, everything that we do on this channel. So you know what? This is April G. Showers with It Stops Where It Starts. Let's get into it.
I am not an artist, so it's about the message, it's about the lyrics, it's about the writing.
Facts.
This is for you, Blitz. This is for everybody.
So I think she originally did this on a live stream for King Blitz. Huge shout out to King Blitz, who's going to be on the Worldwide Cypher remix with me soon. I also have a song with him that I'm working on. Great reactor, great artist himself. Shouts to you, Blitz. Let's get back to April.
I think it's a message everybody needs to hear, and it came straight from my soul, my heart, and this is very hard for me. So anyway,
you got this.
It's called It Stops Where It Starts. April G. Squad, fist bump. Love y'all.
She always does that. April G. Showers. Let's go.
Let's get it. Hello, my name is April, a white woman in the USA, raised in the Bible Belt in the city of the KKK. Was taught from an
Wow, she's got some flow, man. I wasn't ready for that. Let's bring it back and appreciate April's lines coming in. Come on, girl. Watch this.
Hello, my name is April, a white woman in the USA.
A white woman in the USA. Nice delivery. Nice punctuation. And talking about being from the Bible Belt, the South, man, where people go to church more often, where people are more religious. She's from the heartland of the Bible Belt in the sea of the KKK. I like the choice of those words in that poetry.
Raised in the Bible Belt in the city of the KKK. Was taught from an early age, stick to your own kind. Didn't know any better, it was ingrained in my mind. I heard the N word a lot, it never felt right. If I tried to speak up, it just started a fight. Went to a small...
And this is the thing about some of these areas still that can still be very racist. I mean, it's different for me to connect to it because, again, I come from an all-black area. But, you know, I have friends from different parts, and I've been lucky to travel all over the states, and I have seen some of this firsthand. And the thing is, you know, you're not a racist when you're born. Racism comes because of how you are raised, because of all the things and influences that you were surrounded by. If it becomes okay to say the N-word, and if that's something that's used, if it becomes okay to make fun of people for their skin color or to judge them in that way, if you're raised in a very isolationist mind frame where it's about just looking after yourself and your fellow kin, that can be very dangerous. But as a kid, you don't know any better. It may not feel right, like as she's saying, it didn't feel right, but if she would have spoken up and said something, it would have started a fight. And a lot of times it's easier to take the path of least resistance, especially when you're a kid. You know, you just want to enjoy life. You're not here to start fights and to start trouble. You're just kind of going with the flow on things and learning as you go along.
Right. If I tried to speak up, it just started a fight. Went to a small country school in a small country town. There were mostly white faces, just a couple black and brown. My big brother bought me a tape. My first time hearing hip hop. Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style. Next up was Tupac.
Nice.
Always.
Yo, shout out to Snoop D-O-double-G. I know we said some stuff, but I'm talking about classic Snoop, man. Okay? Not the Snoop that's going after Eminem right now, but classic Snoop. Doggy Style, okay. Tupac, those are some good people to be introduced to hip-hop to and to start with. Those are classic MCs.
Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style. Next up was Tupac. Always been about lyrics. Always listen to what is said. More hip-hop I heard. I saw the same message being spread. I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself?
Wow. That's cool, man. So she talked about listening to Tupac, then she sees no changes. Wake up in the morning, should I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? That is from Tupac Changes. If you guys have not heard that song, then after watching this, go watch Tupac Changes because it is a dope song, man. Tupac, a street poet. I like how she's paying homage right now.
Give a damn about a Negro. Pull the trigger, kill somebody, he's a hero.
Yes.
Is it because I'm black? Somebody tell me, what can I do? Cause there ain't enough bars to hold the drama we've been through. To all the teachers that told me I'd never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings where I was hustling. Yeah, we should protect our Second Amendment rights. Cause any second a dirty cop could kick our door in tonight. Those are just a few strong verses.
I mean, listen to those lyrics because she's quoting Tupac Changes still and talking about the state of time that Tupac was living in and dealing with police and dealing with racism. And isn't it funny how we can make parallels to 20 years later to society today? I mean, what change has really happened since then? It's crazy.
Dirty cop could kick our door in tonight. Those are just a few strong verses that I heard. From the early 90s to now, I've remembered every word. I started really thinking.
What's very impressive is that she's written all this down. She's old school, man. Like, I still like to write a lot of stuff down with pen and paper, but she's got all these pieces of paper and she's seamlessly transitioned, man. That could be difficult when you get to the end of the page and you got to transition quickly and you're in the middle and not losing yourself on the beat and you're still trying to deliver your words.
Back when I was a teen, What exactly is it that makes them different than me? They have a brain in their head, they have a beating heart, they are kind and caring too. How did this all start? I started painting.
How did this all start? They bleed the same color as me. You know what I mean? They have a brain just like me. They can be kind and caring just like me. Why am I taught that we're so different? How are we so different besides the color of our skin? Well put, April.
They are kind and caring too. How did this all start? I started paying close attention, trying to find the comparison. Only difference that I found was their skin had more melanin. Surely that can't be all after Lincoln, Martin, and X. After Pop, Biggie, Easy.
Lincoln, Martin, X. Shout out to Malcolm X as well, man. Martin Luther King.
Surely that can't be all after Lincoln, Martin, and X.
And Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, right? The Emancipation Proclamation, Civil War, freed the slaves. We all know that story.
After Pop, Biggie, Easy, and they're still being oppressed. How in the hell is it okay? Marching white supremacists, KKK, spreading hate, been trying to make sense of this. I remember clearly it was 1991. Watched Cosby, Rodney King right there on my television. At 11,
the Rodney King beatings out in L.A. I mean, that was huge back then. The police beatings of Rodney King and the protests and the riots in LA and across America that happened. Fast forward, George Floyd, the riots and the protests that happened. What is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Seems like we're still stuck in the same loop, going around and around. Something's got to give, something's got to change.
That was wrong, never did admit it. Pain and anger inside me grew when I saw those cops get acquitted. Moving on, I'm in high school, got a system bumping in my car. No limit and cash money, yeah, I thought I was so hard. One
cash
night,
money,
my
baby,
friends
let's
and I
go.
were riding around on back roads, laughing, rapping, smoking, yeah, we was getting blow. Then we heard the sirens, behind us the blue lights. I was trying to pull over as they put the weed out of sight. The cop walked up to my window, I was the one driving. He held up his flashlight, said, "Can I see your license?" I handed him my license, shaking, never.
This is great storytelling right now. I love the details. Like talking about when they're back in high school, just wanting to get blazed, just going out for a joyride, having fun, hanging out with their friends, and then a cop comes to ruin it. I like the storytelling here.
His flashlight, said, "Can I see your license?" I handed him my license, shaking, never been pulled over. I prayed, then turned around and looked over my shoulder. My two friends in the back had their arms held straight out with their hands up. I wonder, what is that all about? The cop came back.
So, normal routine stop, right? Traffic stop. And her friends in the back who were black, they have their hands out. And why do they have their hands out? Because they don't want to give the police officer any excuse whatsoever to escalate the situation, to possibly take it to another level. They know the drill. And they know what could happen. You know, April's not sat there with her arms out doing this to show that she doesn't mean any harm. It's them that are doing it. But why are they thinking this way? Why are they like this?
To my car after checking my license out. Next thing I knew, I heard "Get out" and "Get down" on the ground. I had no idea what was happening, scared my life was about to end. The cop never messed with me, he kept yelling at my friends. He searched all of them, but he never touched me. And that was when I really, truly began to see. He ended up letting us go, told me watch who I hang around. I started to argue my...
Wow. So the cop searches her friends, gives them a hard time, does nothing to her. And she's the one who's white. But then at the end, just to add further insult to injury, the police officer is saying, watch who you hang around. Showing favoritism to her. And you guys think racism doesn't exist today. Racism still very much exists in this country. And it still happens. She's given an anecdote of a situation that happened to her and her friends.
Letting us go, told me watch who I hang around. I started to argue, my friend whispered don't make a sound. So we left, sparked up a blunt. I said, can I ask a question? What the hell was that about? They said but an African American. I got so angry and disgusted, tears streamed down my face. I had just witnessed what it's like to be another race. Here we are in 2020.
Well put. I had just witnessed what it's like, because you don't understand someone till you can walk a mile in their shoes. You know the famous saying, like, we as white people can say that we empathize with black people when they go through racist situations, but really we can't, because we aren't them. All we can do is try to listen and to understand. And honestly, the same way it works for me too. Like, other people can't understand when I went through racism, being on the other side of the coin. A lot of times, a lot of white people can't fathom that and appreciate that, and being hated on because you're white. And everybody has their own struggles and situations, and it's very important to appreciate that you don't fully know someone's story, and you don't know all the things that they have to go through, and all the challenges that are against them, and all the struggles that they themselves have to overcome, especially when you have a history of racism within our country.
Decades later, and we're still seeing the same shit when we read the paper. I feel so lost and helpless, wish there was something I could do. Never thought I'd be ashamed of the red, white, and blue. I lost both of my brothers, yeah, both my siblings died. The grief is unbearable, but on God I have relied. So I have not used that word, saying brother is hard to me. But now I say it with gratitude when I refer to my brother Koofy. Not gonna say I don't see color.
Yo, shout out to 100 Koofies. Respect to Koofies.
I say it with gratitude when I refer to my brother Koofy. Not gonna say I don't see color, that would be a lie. I see it, hear it, respect it, please know I'm on your side. So yes, my brother's black, and I could not be prouder. And if anyone's got a problem with it, I'll just say it louder. Now I'm an adult with my own.
You can hear the passion in her words and the delivery right now. I love the emotion and the crescendo of it all.
Got a problem with it, I'll just say it louder. Now I'm an adult with my own views and beliefs, and I totally understand why they're protesting in the streets. You don't have to like this or agree, you don't have to think I'm right, but we all know good and well it'd be a lot different if Floyd was white. My dear friend and other brother Blitz said he'd like to hear my perspective, wanted me to write and rap, so I prayed and my thoughts I collected. I was afraid to write about this, afraid to say how I feel, for fear of people taking it wrong and thinking I'm not being real. My friends Shar and Maria encouraged me to go ahead. I'm just writing how I feel, and I mean every word I said. No, I could never relate, and I'm not even gonna try. Please just know I love you all. When y'all cry, so do I. I have a 12-year-old son, teaching him to have a different heart. Love and treat others equally. It stops where it starts.
Wow. Wow. It stops where it starts. I love those lines, because it starts when you're born and how you're raised, because you are not born racist. It starts when you're a kid. It starts what these children are taught. As a parent, you have an obligation to raise your kids properly, to teach them to respect others, to treat others equally. That's where it begins. That's where it starts. And we all have an obligation when we see racism happening to speak up, to not put our head in the sand. And even if it's just meant as a joke or a jest from one of our friends or one of those people around us, we still need to step up. We can't let it start, because it's like a seed and it'll grow and keep growing if you don't put it out. Wow. Powerful, powerful stuff from April G. Showers. Now listen, guys, if you like April, please go support her channel. Go subscribe to her. Also, you know that she is a struggling mom trying to look after her son. She's going through a lot right now, so please send your prayers for her. Send your well wishes. I'm also going to put her link below if you want to donate and support her financially. She hasn't asked me to do this. She's not asking for any of this at all. I'm doing this myself. I'm doing this because I want to help support her, and I want to lend a hand. April G. Showers, you are Knox Hill certified. So hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, be sure to smash that like button. Comment down below any reaction recommendations you want to see me do. I try to read each and every one of your comments, guys. I respond to as much as I can, so please keep posting. Also, don't forget to subscribe, notifications on. I saw a stat, 70% of you who watch these videos are not subscribed. If you like the content, you like what I'm doing, then do me a favor and hit that sub button. Thanks as always, guys. This is your reminder to stay safe, to stay positive. It's a crazy world out there. If you need anything at all, reach out to me, reach out to this community. I love you guys. It's Knox Hill, and I'll see you soon. I'm out.